What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we've got some gameplay and some SBCs. That is right, you can probably tell by the title. We completed the SBC ALONSO. You will see that live at the end of the video. Of course, we were 2-0 going into this third game. We played both games live on video 2 days ago. Dudes, once again, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it'd be much appreciated. We were smashing 2k likes. Let's try and hit 3k likes for today's video. Let's just go get there. I haven't been playing the greatest FIFA this weekend league, actually. What you see up to on here is me going to 14-5, which isn't too dissimilar from what I normally do. You know, normally after 19, 20 games, I've got between 14 and 16 wins. So, you know, I'm bang on in that sense. But I've just not been playing good. In all the games that I lost, I had ample opportunities to win them, and my attacking play has been less than impressive, which is not the best. You know what I mean? Like no faults, no complaints. You know that I've lost fairly in 4 of the 5 losses. One of them was against a guy on stream who was just being a dick. Shout out to anyone who was on that stream who was watching. The dude literally was 5 at the back, part of the bus. And he was immediately just holding it in the corner, passing around the defence, even at 0-0. He eventually hit me. He literally had 3 counter-attacks the entire 90 minutes and scored one of them. And then started messaging me afterwards. Thought I'd be a better opponent than that. Expected a better game from me. And then it turns out that he does that on purpose. Like, he played the way on purpose to try and wind me up. And I was stayed calm throughout the whole game. And then it turns out that 2 of the top 100 players that I play or know, Stop Hitmarker and David Patterson, they both have him blocked because he's done the same to them. And even David Myler also has the dude blocked because he does the same to him. So it seems like this guy goes around on purpose trying, like, stream sniping people to play like a dick and see if he can get a win and then shit talk them. And funnily enough, he was already banned in my stream chat and he was already blocked on Twitter. So the guy's like, you know, he's just got issues. Like, we're on November rewards, best of November awards. No one cares, you know. And this dude was just, you know, anti-FIFA. And again, I don't necessarily blame him for the way he played either. I blame EA once again for allowing that kind of FIFA to be a usable style of FIFA. And the argument was made in my stream that playing 5 at the back counter-attack is a real-life tactic. And I agree, it is a real-life tactic. But the difference between FIFA and real life is that in real life, when a team sets up to try not to concede and hit teams on the counter, they end up seeing very, very little of the ball. And the only chances they ever have is when they play one long ball out and hit on the counter. And then the rest of the time, they don't have possession and they don't really, you know, they're just constantly under pressure. In FIFA, the way it allows it to work is when you play 5 at the back ultra defensive, it's the person that's playing the defensive style that has the possession. And that's where the issue is, because in real life, the team will push up, pin the defense in, force them to make mistakes and give up possession, get set pieces, create chances and generally have a lot of the ball, and then suffer the odd counter. But in FIFA, you can't pin them in, you can't press up, because no matter what you do, no matter what formation you try, no matter what tactics you try, your defence will stay as deep as the as high as the halfway line. Your midfield is usually just a little bit in front, and you're left chasing around 8 defenders with 3 or 4 players, and it's not enough. Like in real life, you'd have 8 players pushed up, pressing, trying to win that ball back. And that's where I think the problem lies. That's why I think EA needs to, and you know, we've talked about this so many times, but I really, really wish EA would, you know, listen on this one and give us the ability to counteract people that play that style of FIFA. But other than that one loss there that was frustrating, the other 4 losses I took were against dudes who played well, created chances, played good, open FIFA, and just generally deserved to beat me because I didn't, you know, I did create my chances and I didn't take my chances. So, you know, 4 fair losses out of the 5. I can't say fair in that. And that's just from me playing badly. You know, I'd hold my hands up. Some weekends I'm not playing ideally. This weekend is a weekend where I wasn't necessarily anticipating on playing all the games anyway. It's currently 7 o'clock on Sunday night and I've only played 19 games. I'm going to go to 18 wins, definitely, and then once I get my work done and do what I've got to do, if I've got a spare couple of hours late Sunday night, I'll stream a few games and we'll just see where we get to. It's very unlikely I'll get through all 40 games. It's very unlikely I'll get through more than sort of 25 games, probably. As I say, at the end of this video, we're on 14 wins, so I will go for four more wins, definitely. And then we'll just see how it goes from there. We'll just see what comes up. Anyway, Caleb Lalo says, "Hey Nep, how do EA judge which players are common and which players are rare? Would love to hear what you think. You are amazing." Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. EA said a few years ago, or maybe Rob Hodgson or someone similar said a few years ago, basically what defines you as a rare player is having a rarity within your card for the league, club, or nation that you're in. For example, a player in a minor league, so like the English 3rd division, with 85 pace, that's pretty, that's a rarity, right? To have a player with 85 pace, so they will typically be shiny. An Englishman in the Brazilian league, I know there's no Brazilian league, but for argument's sake, an Englishman in the Brazilian league, that would be a rare player, because there aren't many Englishmen in the Brazilian league, so he would be rare. Having a high rating is rare. Which is why I think every 81 plus rated player is rare. You know, having 4-star skill moves for your position or for your nation. For example, Barrow, who is rare because for his nation he has a lot of pace. He's one of the fastest players for his nationality, so he's a rare card. But although that is what makes them rare or common, there are so many anomalies that you're like, well, this guy should be rare then. Like Ravel Morrison, when he was at Lazio, he should have been rare because he is one of a very few number of English players in the Calcio A. So why wasn't he rare? So that is what makes them rare or not rare. But there are definitely some anomalies where you think players should be rare and they're not, and players shouldn't be rare and they are. So that's the answer to that. Jeff Bleach says, swap Aspi and Smalling, then put Alonso at CDM and Lama right back. Maybe we do. Maybe we do. We do. I actually do that. You won't see the gameplay until tomorrow, but I do that. FB Montages TM says, "Hey Nep, you change your opinions every week." Sometimes, yeah, and I've explained why many times. One week you ask EA to surprise the community. The next week you're asking them to tell us what is coming in the future. Explain this, please. Keep up your great work. I mean, I'm happy to talk about it. You don't have to like demand, like, explain this. You know what I mean? Like, you could very much just be like, what's the deal here? You don't have to be like, explain this, please. I feel like I get misinterpreted a lot because I talk a lot. I've got a lot to discuss. There's a lot of questions, and there's a lot of things that are very, very in a grey area. For example, I do think that EA need to surprise the community more, but I also think that they need to be more open in certain areas. You know, like for example, for Foot Champs rewards for Best of October, they should tell us what we're getting. They need to be open with us on that. With what the stats do, with what they mean, with how they work. They need to be all more open with us and that. They need to tell us what's going on there. But with something like Team of the Season cards going extinct right now, and I'll go to the last comment next as well because I think it's important. They need to be more. They need to surprise us more with what's to come, but let us know. Like, kind of give us an indication as to how, like, what's to come. It's so hard to explain. I hope you get what I mean. Like, I want them to let us know what's coming in the future. Not like flat out like, hey, this is what's coming, because I understand that you have to build hype and so on and so forth. But right now, and let me read this comment first. So it says, "Hey Nep, don't take this wrong way, but why is it EA's fault you were reckless with your cards?" I mean, I wouldn't say I was reckless with my cards. I would say I did the right thing at the right time based on the way the game was. Said if they told us what is to come, then the market wouldn't fluctuate the way it did. And this is the biggest problem. Because they didn't tell us what was to come, so many people used untradeable and tradable Team of the Seasons to do the Team of the Season upgrade, which left a massive, massive shortage of Team of the Seasons on the market. Now, what they're doing with these premium SBCs, the end of the year SBCs, is you are required to dump 3 Team of the Seasons per SBC. So so far there's 4. They'll be up to 6. So you're looking at 18 Team of the Seasons for every person that does every card, or 3 Team of the Seasons per card. I've seen already Lama and Alonso and Totti so many times that it's causing a mass extinction of Team of the Season cards in the market. So the market would still fluctuate the way it did if they had let us know, if they had prepared us for this, but it would have fluctuated in a better way, because right now, if they would have just said, you know, or hinted towards the fact, or explained that there might be something coming where you're going to require Team of the Season cards, there would have been so many more people would have done those Team of the Season upgrades, because there was a point in time where you could do the Team of the Season tradable upgrade and you might have only got 25,000 coins and it wasn't worth it because it cost about 40,000 coins to do. And if you got any one of like about 150 team of the seasons, you wouldn't make your money back. But knowing that something was coming like this, it turns out that if you would have done all of those tradable team of the seasons and just held on to them, you actually would have made 50,000 coins back on every team of the season, because right now they're all extinct. So them letting us know, yeah, you're right, it wouldn't fluctuate the market the way it did, but it would keep the market far more stable and still allow opportunities for investments, which I think is the way to go forward. Because right now, the market is utterly, utterly ridiculous. They're, like, literally, in terms of team of the season cards, I'll tell you right now what team of the season cards are extinct. A lot of the silvers and the bronzes are all extinct. Or not extinct, but there are not very many of the silver and bronzes. They're way expensive. The bronze cards are way expensive. In terms of team of the seasons that are extinct on the console right now, you are looking at Diego Godin, Jonatas, Ninkovic, Fabra, Dioni, Shelvey, Kubo, Lentz, Pedro Santos, all extinct. And then the next ones, the team of the season is immediately coming at 40 to 50,000 coins. So the problem is now is that there are times where people literally can't afford to do these SBCs, or just can't do these SBCs because there's so many extinct cards. And I just don't think it's a smart way to go about things. You know, I don't think. I think EA could have just been a little more, like, prepared us a little more. I just wish they would have prepared us a little more. And that's not to say that I think that there should still be certain things within this game that are surprises. You know, that, like, you know, it's good to get a surprise, but I don't mean a surprise like, surprise, you need 6 team of the seasons to do the next 2 SBCs. I mean, like, surprise, everyone who logs in on Monday is going to get a free pack. That would be a good surprise. Or, you know, next Friday, you know, you log on, everyone's got a 1 untradeable team of the season pack, just to help out with the market and to help out with people that are trying to complete these SBCs. Surprise. That would be great. But in terms of, like, other things within the game, there's definitely situations where I feel like they need to be more open with, you know, what they're doing and what we want, because it's just impossible to understand. It's impossible to know. And it actually causes more detriment to the market than it does help the market, in my opinion. Next comment is from David Mallet. Says, if Stindl is marginally worse than Hamsik and only gets 1 link from Kadira, why don't you just use Hamsik instead, seeing as he would get the same 1 link from Kadira? Because Hamsik is in my main team and I have 2 teams. And that is the answer to that. You literally only have to have watched my video since that video that you put this comment in to notice that Hamsik is in 1 team and Stindl is in the other team. I don't know why that was difficult. Jonathan Curry says, what's up, Nepo? Katsukuri here. Have you thought about maybe doing a Tyrion pack only Road to Glory? Don't know about other viewers, but I enjoyed the pack only episodes, and not to mention the pack luck on that account. It far exceeded the luck on your Road to Glory account in a short amount of time. Yeah, it did. Love your content. Watch your vids daily. Cheers. But thank you for the kind words, Katsukuri. I don't know what I'm going to do yet on like in Road to Glory, on pack only account to Glory, on a paid to Glory, on a Tyrion to Glory. I don't know, because I don't know what's in FIFA 18 yet. I'll have a clearer idea of what I want to do content-wise for the year when I know what's coming, because EA might make minor changes and it'll be very much the same next year as it was this year, or they might make major changes and it just completely dictates the way I, you know, design my channels over the course of the year. I definitely want to have something with Thierry Henry in it, just because obviously I love him. He's my favourite player. The icons are going to be huge next year, and doing a Road to Glory to grind to Thierry Henry might be tough, because he's going to be a very sought after player. And early on in the year, we know that legends, and as will be icons, are quite expensive. For example, George Weah, one of the most popular strikers, legend strikers of the year, right now he's 484,000 coins. That's achievable by almost anyone if you put any effort into this game and played Foot Champs at all, right? For me personally, I could go and buy George Weah right now if I wanted to. I don't want to. I don't think he's worth 484,000 coins. You know, there are team of the season cards out there with much better stats that, sure, they don't offer the links that Weah offers as a legend, but they're out there. If you look at his graph, when the game first came out, he was 2 million coins. So it's a case of, when the game first came out, he was so expensive and coins were so scarce, and now it's a case of where he's so cheap and coins are so common. So it's literally like flipped. And it's probably going to be the same with the brand new top tier icons next year. It's probably the case where Thierry Henry next year will be 2 million coins for a long time. And it wasn't until March, towards team of the season, that George Weah started dropping. So it was a good 6 months of the game before Weah started dipping down. Then he dropped down to 1 million in March. And then it wasn't until June that he hit 500,000 coins. So it's literally only the last 2 months that he's been super cheap. And that's because there are just so many better players out there for as cheap or much, much cheaper. And the same instance will be there with Thierry Henry. So it's very unlikely that we'll be able to get Thierry Henry on the road to glory until late into the road to glory, unless we do, like, we just grind, like slam division games, slam draft early on to try and make profit, grind the bronze pack method as hard as possible, and grind FUT champs and hope that we get lucky in our rewards. But if it does look like it's going to be a fair while before we can actually get Thierry Henry on the road to glory, and I'll know within the first 24, 48 hours of the game being out, then I absolutely wouldn't mind starting a Thierry Henry pack only road to glory. Get open packs until we get Henry, and then start in FUT champs and do it like that and run 2 road to glories. The problem with that is again, it genuinely just depends on how EA change things next year. If weekend league is very much the same next year as it is this year, I'm not going to be doing 80 games on a weekend. I'm just not doing it. Already 40 games is so much. It burns you out as a FIFA player. I think the way they've got the weekend league is wrong anyway. I don't know if they're gonna change it, but I think that they think that this is right. From what I hear, from the murmurings that I hear, they think weekend league is alright like this. I think there are many massive issues with the weekend league and the current setup it has. And if it is the same next year, I won't be doing 2 accounts with weekend league. So I'll have to figure out, based on what they have in the game that's new, where I do weekend league, how I do weekend league, and just generally how I run my YouTube channels. It might be a case where I just do a road to glory, which ends up being my main account, and then have a pack account and a draft account, or although I am going to be doing draft to glory and road to glory on the same account next year, so that might have some kind of a difference, again, depending on whether or not there's draft in the game and whether or not it's effective, it's efficient. We can speculate, we can speculate all we wish, but the bottom line is, I don't know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it until we get some concrete information as to what is in the game, what is not in the game, and how things are going to work. So that's that really. But as you can see, guys, gameplay is coming to a close right now. This is the game that puts us 14-5. As I say, I'm actually okay at 14, 15 wins, right? Because I got 30 wins last week, so I need 90 wins for the 4 weeks. Week 4, I'm going to give it my all because Team of the Year are going to be in rewards, which means this weekend and next weekend I need 30 wins, 35 wins maximum between the 2 of them. So 18 each will cover that 35, 36 wins, no problem. Even if I have a bad week on week 4, I'll still manage to get Elite 1 for the month, which will be great. But at 14, 15 wins, I'm alright with that. I don't even need to play anymore, but I'm going to because I want to try out the new players that we're going to get, which you're about to see right now. Okay guys, after 19 games, I'm 14-5. I've really let myself down this weekend league. As you guys know, I wasn't going to take it seriously anyway. I'm not going to be able to get all 40 games in. I wasn't even trying to get all 40 games in, to be fair. But I went 8-0, then lost back-to-back games, 8-2. Then pulled it to 12-3. Quite happy with 12-3. Then 12-5. Lost back-to-back games again, and all the games I lost were just like my opponents played fair games. No disrespect to those at all. They played their game. They did them. I've been missing a lot of really easy opportunities, and that's really unlike me. Normally my attack is my strong suit, is my strong point. But I've been just pummeling goals and unable to get rid of them. Now, we sold Carlos Eduardo for 40k. Let's see if these guys have gone up in value too much at all. 20k, 18k. Yeah, 18k looks alright. I bought some of these dudes. I tell you for why. It seems like with what is going on in the rewards right now, let's have a look how much Luis Gustavo is, that Movember cards are going to be required for the next premium SBC players. And if that's the case, I think I get like 21k off of these. I want to keep a couple of them because I hope their value will go like way up. But if I can make a bit of profit off of these ones that I invested in, I'll be very happy. Obviously, a little bit of profit here or there. I'm trying to sell ENQUIRIES though as well, just because the price of in Team of the Seasons right now is crazy. 44, 43, 45, 42. So I can get 42k for him, and I want to take the profit. I'll show you why I want to take the profit in a second. Let's just have a look at all the other Team of the Seasons that didn't sell. So I bought Alberate for 19,000. There's only 3 on the market and they're at 35. I'm going to relist him at 49 because eventually he's going to go extinct. Something sold already. Oh, actually one of those players sold. Ah, there you go. Gustavo sold for 21k. Happy days. So what my plan is, obviously we've got the main squad that's just not going to change, right? I think this is the main squad. Yeah, this is the main squad. And I want to show you guys a few of the stats as well. Romelu Lukaku now 109, 94, 45. That is definitely the best output I've had from any single player in this year of FIFA. I'm very glad I got him in the team. I was tempted to not use him and go with someone that had 4-star skill moves as a striker, but because I do 4-1-2-1-2 now and pair him with Hazard, I've got that off of Hazard. And what's crazy is that when I had Lukaku as a lone striker, he didn't get as many goals as this. And now as a duo striker, I mean, look at that. Like, he gets almost a goal a game and almost an assist every other game. That's insane. Dries Mertens, I've really warmed up to. 100 games, 105 goal contributions, 53 goals and 52 assists. Very, very good. And Eden Hazard as well. 107 games, 74 goals and 57 assists. So 131 goal contributions from Hazard in 107 games. What have we got there? We've got 139 goal contributions from Lukaku in 109 games and 105 goal contributions from Mertens in 100 games. And it's especially good for Lukaku and Hazard because you notice how Hazard has 7 more games than Mertens and Lukaku has 9 more games than Mertens. That's because they come on as a sub, so that even destroys their stats a little bit. And then if you look at just all of the player stats, I don't really have that many players with that many games anymore. Stindl is my most used player now with 170 games. Alonso 128, Hummels with 111. Hummels is now a substitute for me. He goes in as a CDM if I need to bring off Khedira or if I need to bring off Dendoncker. Dendoncker I never have to bring off. His stamina is always really good. Then Lukaku, Hazard, Sergio Ramos already has over 100 games for me. Very nice indeed. Dendoncker with 102 games. I honest to God, I love this card. It's my favourite card in the team probably. I think he's really good. Mertens, Son getting up there. And look at the return of Son as well. 93 goals, 40 assists, 98 games. It's just brilliant. I just genuinely love this team. I think this team's very, very good. Both teams actually. Even Icardi, 30 goal contributions in 24 games. That's a really, really good return. So did Callejon have 14 goals in 16 games? Jesus Christ. I don't even remember I've used him as a sub from time to time this weekend league. I'm blown away by that. 14 goals and 9 assists in 16 games. Crazy. So with the second team, dudes, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to do Lahm and Alonso. The way we're going to do it is we're going to swap these two around here. We're going to get I am going to get Jack Butland. I think I need to get him today or tomorrow. We're going to get Jack Butland to go in goal instead of David De Gea. So David De Gea is going to be able to be sold. Bought it for 93k way back in the day. Looks like it's about 40k right now. That's not too bad, especially given the fact I've played over 400 games with him. So that's not too bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to be putting Philippe Lahm here at right back. I'm just going to take the loss on Valencia. 200,000 coins now. What? I still thought I'd get about 220 for him, to be honest. He is 200,000 coins. Well, anyway, doesn't make any difference for me. I'm going to take the loss on him. We're going to lose 50k plus tax. And we got 10 games out of him. Totally not worth it. Maybe I'll wait, actually. I'll wait to sell him. I'll remove him from the club. And also, the other person that's going to go is going to be Sami Khedira is going to go. I bought him for 162. Oh, he's not too bad still. He looks like he's still about 150. I'll list him up for 145, 150, something like that. Let's pop him up like that. I don't mind taking that minor loss on him. And the reason why we're selling him, he's got a shadow on him as well, he might go, is because we're going to put Lahm and Alonso in here, and then Stindl's going to get the soft link, and everybody's going to... There's basically... The team that I had 3 players on 8 chem. the new team's going to have 3 players on 8 chem. So what we're going to do today is we're going to trade in first and foremost. We're going to trade in for... Well, I need to do Jack Butland. How long have I got left on that? Literally one day. I've got exactly 1 day. I need to do these 3 here as well. I've got 1 day for those as well, I believe. Yeah, 1 day on these. The footies are there for a long time, I know. But the XABI Alonso, I've already got it done. It's very, very cheap for me. We got this Thomas Muller from Marquee Matchups. So he like genuinely didn't cost us anything. We got him for absolute free. This Sule, the red card, we got for absolutely free. Platinum Heart did cost because we got him an upgrade. The reason why I'm happy to use him is because I don't use him in my first teams anymore. And he's done good for me with the 90 games and he's untradeable, right? So I can't trade him, no problem at all. I can't trade Elliott either, but I thought I would use him and Jorgensen a lot more. I just don't. I've got Hazard, Lukaku, Icardi red version, Son. Like, let's be realistic. I'd much rather put someone in my main team, right? These dudes here and then Seri, sorry, is this is a bit of a difficult one to get rid of because he's actually got a very, very good card. 4-star weak foot, high medium work rates, really well rounded. It's just so difficult to fit him into a team that I care about. And then all of these dudes I bought for like next to nothing. 900 for Verhaeg, the goalkeeper in the right wing, our first owner. 1.4k for him, 800 coins for him, and 1,000 coins for him. And we are going to trade this in. So that is XABI Alonso done. Which I'm very, very happy with. A 94 rated XABI Alonso. I know his stamina's not the best, but I could potentially put a physical attribute card on him if I wanted to, which would be quite good. Or failing that, we could just sub him out like I have been doing anyway with Khedira, because Khedira's stamina also not the best. I could just sub Alonso out, put Khedira in. Ooh, Khedira sold. Very nice. Yeah, sub Alonso out, oh wow, his Querdo sold as well. Very nice indeed. And put Mats Hummels in at CDM. So that is the first one done. We will do the next one in the next video. We'll do Philipp Lahm in the next video. And once again, that will be then 10 chemistry on everyone in defense. Alonso will be on 10 chemistry, Stindl on 8, Salah on 8, and Icardi on 8. But as I said, I already had 3 people on 8 chemistry anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. And then Lahm will go in. And then should Gerrard and Lampard get SBCs, I will consider changing it around then. But I don't know who the final SBCs are going to be. But if it is Gerrard and Lampard, I will probably change the attack so that we can fit Gerrard and Lampard in midfield with Eriksen at cam and Alonso at CDM. Lahm still at right back, and then it will literally just be what striker do I put in, and who knows where we go from there. But we'll cross that bridge as and when we come to it. Jack Butland, ooh, Jack Butland's going to be tough. I might have to keep De Gea, you know. I'll get Jack Butland anyway next episode, but I might have to keep De Gea simply because he gives a strong link to Azpilicueta, and I need that strong link to Azpilicueta because he doesn't get a link off Alarm. So I am legitimately going to have to keep David De Gea, which I don't mind. I will still do Jack Butland. But dudes, this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.